You didn't copy and paste it. So her phone is connected to the speaker. Oh. You're live.
What's up, y'all? What's up, y'all? The House of Misery, maybe quarantine has kicked in because my daughter's out of control today. The executive producer is out of control. So, what's up, DD Barbara? Look, is 8205 on the check-in. Our theme song today, the phones is acting up. You know what I'm saying? Tomorrow we'll have our theme song. Welcome to the Fat Joe Show. Tone Sunshine, what's good? Chase Next Level, what's good? Battler Ray. Yo, some of y'all got some crazy, Pito Cracks. Some of y'all got some crazy shit, bro. Hey, yo, Raul, what's good, baby? Hey, some of these guys, man, got some hazard of the barber. We got, there you go. Let's get to it. One of the biggest guests by far. Hey, y'all, Method Man, what's up, late boy?
Crack, what up?
I got all type of technical difficulties in this house. My music, my theme song I always play, I can't play it. So, they fucking with the vibes.
Nah, it's all good. It's all good as shit.
Yo, what's up
good
with you, Matt?
I'm chilling, quarantining, you know what I'm saying? Staying out of trouble. That's it.
I know you've been doing big acting and I heard they stopped like the shooting the TV shows and the movies and all that.
Sure did. We were in the midst of shooting PowerBook 2, and we were close to finishing up, and then the pandemic happened and everybody shut down for everybody's safety. And at the end of the day, it's people's health that matters more than Is that me?
Yeah, definitely. You freezing up, but that's what's happening. But it's definitely people's health matters more, man. This shit right here, could you even like believe that some shit like this was gonna happen in the world?
Not in a million. We ain't never had nothing really close to this either. Even with the Ebola and the N1H1, it ain't really hit, the urban areas like it's really hitting now. This is something brand new, man. It's scary stuff, bro.
So it's not, so I'm not crazy when I'm having a hard time sleeping at night. No. I'm not crazy because motherfuckers, shout out my brother JB, his father, they buried his father today. And it's shit just crazy. Every day somebody else just keep passing away. And the way I look at it is like, you know how shit be going on in the world, tragedies and all that, but it feels like it's far away from us, so it don't really affect us. So we got word that happened, the nigga blew himself up. All right, cool. But when it's right in New York, that all the people we know is passing away.
Yeah.
It's some ill shit, man. It's like ground zero. It's like the epicenters in New York.
I'm saying we lost Fred the godson, man. That right there was just crazy enough. And I mean, talking about hitting home, a lot of people had love for Son, man. A lot of people, and he was dope on that mic. He still had a lot to offer in the game, and it's just sad, Condolences to his family.
But that's great, man. He was my favorite underground rapper 2020, like for the last couple of years, you know what I'm saying, with the punch bars, with the lyrics. So I would always say that, you know what I'm saying? And that's sad, man. He hit me like a day before he got sick. You know what I mean? So just love, man. It's like my little brother, man. I would go hang out with him, you know what I'm saying? So it was like, if I'm in New York, I'm not doing nothing. I pull up on the studio, him and Arsonist, and we just talk shit for like 2-3 hours. You know, he was one of those guys, man.
Right, right.
When you
That's
coming
why,
out,
yeah,
you coming out of Wu-Tang, one of the biggest rap groups in the history of mankind.
right.
And like everybody held their own. Everybody was a superstar. Everybody was, you know, but you, I would say, was the franchise player. You was the LeBron James of Wu-Tang. And how did it feel like being a franchise? Because you got Dirty, you got Ray, you got Ghost, you got Jizzy, you got all the niggas was nice. Like,
Yeah.
But, you know, when Method Man, you know, came on stage, it was a different type of energy, man. Like,
yeah.
How do you even keep your composure and be, you know, I always look up to the Locks because they always maintain to be together. They never let no divide and conquer, nobody mess them up.
Yeah.
Like, it's very rare to have like a super group like Wu-Tang and you being like the franchise, but you never left your crew, man. You was always with your crew.
Absolutely, because they the ones who gave me the energy to go out there and do it myself. You know what I mean? It was more or less like, we got faith in you. You go out there and hold the torch first as far as touring and all that shit. And it was like, you know, trial by fire because every night was different. You know what I'm saying? And I learned from being on the road. But the thing that really did it for me, showed me how to put on a show, a good fucking show, period, whether it's solo, duo, or with the crew. I watched Run DMC live on stage, right? And the way they put their shows together, when they spoke on stage, they weren't just speaking, you know, just to be speaking. It was more or less like it had something to do with the show. Like, for instance, Run was like, "Hey, yo, D, what's that? That's my black hat. You mess with that, you get slapped. Hey, yo, D, what's that? That's my black shirt. You mess with that, you get hurt. Hey, yo, D, what's that? Those my black pants. I knock you out if I get the chance." And then he pointed at his feet like, "D, what the fuck are those? My crowd with fucking bananas, man."
Yo, let me tell you something, man. That's ill how, you know, people can look up to us as their favorite rappers, but we still will remember play by play what the fuck somebody else was saying.
Yeah, yes,
That's
sir.
the beauty of hip hop is, and like me, you know, I've always looked at artists. I've always paid homage to the pioneers. I've always, when I see them, no matter what, I don't care if I got the #1 song in the country, I would jump out the car and be like, "Yo, Melly Mel, I love you. Yo,
Word.
Mr.
Fact.
Ness, I love you."
Yeah.
And it's not taking shots at this generation, but I think that's the difference between our generation and this generation. So like we did.
I'm gonna keep
Yeah,
it
we
a
did
buck.
Fully
I
Loaded.
run into some of these new cats, and when they run into me, they always pay homage, bro. They may not do it on records or ask brothers to do records with them, but when I see them on the one-on-one, it's always like a quick dap, and they keep pushing, or you know what I mean? That's just me. But that's just me. I don't know how other brothers' repertoire or what their interaction
you know me sometimes when I do like the Fully Loaded concert, y'all was in there too.
Yeah.
I be walking through niggas. I don't really know who all these young kids is.
Me neither, brother.
So,
me neither.
The ones that say what's up, say what's up. The other one, you know, I don't really know. You know, I'm just walking through. We're going to get to the stage, rock the crowd, get our bag, come up out of there.
Right.
You know,
but trust me, they see you. They see you. They don't even say nothing, but they see you. Trust me.
Yo, man, they know what's up. Yo, man, one of my favorite records of all time. You probably one of the only people, well, besides Jay-Z, now that I think of, they got a duet with Notorious B.I.G.
Yeah. Yeah.
I make it hot. Niggas won't even stand next to you.
Fact.
Snoop Dogg on the check-in. Snoop.
What up, dog? D.O.
Snoop on the check-in. I mean, Planet Earth is on the check-in right now. You got Method Man. You got you got Joe Crack, you know, this big. So how did that come about with you connecting with Big to do that song?
Shout out to Tracy Waples. That was Tracy Waples' work. She's the reason I even got signed to Def Jam. I owe her a lot of gratitude and respect, man. I'm gonna give her roses while she can still smell them. She came and scooped me up because at this point, you know, Wu-Tang was bubbling, and RZA, being the chess player that he was, he seen how hot the track was that I was on. Not meaning the music, meaning my career. And he didn't want me doing any songs with any outside people whatsoever. We had love for these niggas, but we was trying to keep the money in-house. We trying to build something. So Tracy come and scooped me, and I had already liked Big, and he had approached me outside the Muse. Yeah, it was the Muse. Yeah, he had performed that night. I think Yo-Yo performed that night, and we performed. But yeah, he asked, you know, and I remember my boy Ruckus had told me, I'm scatterbrained right now, but my boy Ruckus told me, if you ever do a song with this cat. And he played that song, Me and My Bitch. It was a promo. But I had already heard Biggie before that through Dan Smalls, who gave me the Uptown MCA CD soundtrack for Who's the Man. And he was on there with Party and Bullshit. Exactly. Right? So I was already a fan. So when Tracy came and scooped me that night, it was no question I was going to do it, but it was sneaky. We rode out to wherever. I think it was Daddy's. I'm not sure. We was in some studio. Easy Mo B was there. Puff was there. Me and Tracy. And I remember the atmosphere was so cool in there. It was so cool. Me and Puff, we was even playing Torture, going back and forth and shit. It was a nice night, man. And contrary to what everybody think, Biggie wrote his verse right there, and I wrote my verse right there. It wasn't no off the head shit. It was straight, you know, bars.
It was bars. So you mean pen and paper?
Yeah, pen to paper, but then his verse changed. The verse that's on the actual LP is different from the one he wrote that night. But if you Google it, I guess they got that shit circulating now. It's a whole different verse, or the reissue put out the original verse on there. So, yeah.
Man, you know, the thing about Big, man, he came with such a, like, hand puff. Remember they used to have those picket signs, those
Oh yeah,
bad boy picket signs.
Puff was
and
a genius.
their movement was so crazy, and to see you on that song with him was like,
yeah.
I was like, oh my God. And I got a similar situation. So you know, I come from digging in the crates, and shout out my brothers down there, Show AG, Big LOC, and when LL and the Trackmasters asked me to get on our Shot Show, because you know I was Fat Joe Underground, you know, the crew didn't necessarily want me to do the song. They was like, yo, we fuck with L. L's the man, but you know, we just keep it digging in the crates. Right. And I remember I was like, for one, L's my idol, and for two, I was like, yo, I couldn't miss this opportunity. Like LL Cool J was going 4 platinum and shit like that. Like, I was, right. Like, yo, I gotta come up. Like, let me come up. And thank God I did the record. Like you know, you and Big, y'all got like a monument in hip hop history.
That's definitely a staple in hip hop right there. The what? I mean, and we came up with the hook right then and there. But Big was so ill, man. Like, you know, not just for writing the verse right there in the studio and all that shit, and you know, putting out the LP that he did, but his compromise with Puff, because I'm pretty sure you could tell by his second LP that Big was on that, but he had to do his first LP the way he did it to appease Puff, who's a smart brother, to get him where he needed to be. And it was like, now I got these niggas, I'm gonna do it like this now.
I'm gonna tell you some crazy shit, Neff, right? Because I finally got around to starting to write the Fat Joe book. Finally, after all these years, I never wrote a book. Crack. And I just got to Don Cartagena, my single that I had Puff on. And as I'm telling the story in the book, it's bugged out because Big had told me he was going to do a song with me, right? For my album, right? So when I went to Big, Big was like, yo, I'm not disrespecting in no way, but he told me, yo, you know, Puff blocking. You know what I'm saying? Blocking. I told him, he my brother. You know, me, Puff, and Big, we family. But he was like, yo, Puff blocking, Joe. You gotta go talk to him. Like you gotta you gotta step the Puff because he acting funny, whatever. So I said, I know where Puff gonna be. So I walk up in there. I got my attitude. I'm on my Joe Crack shit. So I go in the club. I see Puff. I'm yo, Puff. Let me talk to you. Right? So Puff like, all right, what's up, Joe? And I'm like, yo, man, Big said he gonna do a song with me. You blocking
it. I love it. That's what's up.
And that's it. So I said, yo, you blocking this shit. So the nigga Puff look at me, right? And what's crazy is Puff's tough guys was my guys. Vaughn, Zip, Wolf. So all these guys that really hold him down, they're my guys. In the Bronx, in the heart, like, so they looking at him like, you know, don't front on Joe. Like
this I do.
Grabs me, he says, yo, look, right now it's crazy. That was when Biggie was like 1, 2, and 3. So he was like, right now it's crazy, but I'll get on any song you want. I'll get on the song. But you know, I'm working on Big's second album. Please, I'll do the song.
To be focused.
And that's how we put Puff on Don Cartagena, my single Don Cartagena. So that was like a political shit right there. Redman, one of the best lyricists,
if not the
hip-hop,
best. Right.
Period, though.
Yeah.
So, like, I was there. So like, I was there when Redman was doing shows, and the whole fucking crowd had tissue in their nose, acting like they Redman. Fuck you, Redman, and all that. Yeah, yo, Redman, get off that old punk smooth shit.
Right.
Yo, and
he's still so like that, focused. I love that dude, man. He works. That's what he do.
How? So if you talking about RZA, you had to escape to do the song with Biggie. How did you and him become like partners? You became the dynamic duo.
Well,
Redman and Meth. How did that come about?
That was Kevin Lyles at Def Jam. You know what I'm saying? He had the bright idea of putting us both on a tour together, Month of the Man. Now, Redman being who he is, a real G, because he could have said no, you know, and that would have been that. But he was gracious enough to let me go out, us together on that tour. And the whole time, it wasn't no tour buses. It was 15-passenger vans. But it was just me, him, Shanita Floyd, and the driver. And we was going state to state. And back then, you had to freestyle at every in-store. Some of y'all young dudes ain't got to go through that. We had to go to in-stores, all kind of craziness. You had to freestyle all night and all this craziness. So in the midst of this, Doc, he like, yo, we need to do this song together, blah, 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 this, that, and the third. And we used to toy around with little hooks here and there. So I had to sneak off and do that shit, too.
I told a story the other day. I think it was to the Dream. Shout out to FanMio, FANMIO. They sponsor the show every single day. That's where you connect with your favorite rappers, athletes, artists, one-on-one. Now, I told a story I want to see if you remember this. If you don't remember it, you can say, fine, you don't. Right. But I remember when we was in the ATL back in the days, they had like Jack the Rapper or something. Yeah. And we was in the front freestyling. Me, you, the whole world, everybody was out there from the school at that time. And a nigga walked up with a red bandana with 2 guns in his hands in front of the hotel. I don't know if you remember this, but I'm going to tell you who. So we all looking like, who the fuck is this? And he's like, yo, Crack, what up? But he still got the shit. So we looking at him, and he lowers the shit. It was Tupac.
Wow.
You was there. You was there. You was in the cypher. You was there, man.
I missed it then. Damn, you know, I used to blow. We was smoking dust.
That's the first time I ever seen Tupac. I ever met Tupac was there. And after that, I met him a bunch of other times. Right. But that was the first time we was all out there. I remember the girl who used to sing Snoop is on here. You remember the girl who used to sing all the Death Row's in the house.
Jewel. That was her name. Jewel.
Like that. She was hanging out with us. She was hanging out with us out there too. singing that shit. We had her singing
dope.
that shit over and over again. She over there, that frozen hell, lonely, come there. Right?
Those was the days, boys.
So that's what happened. So y'all went on tour, and you and Redman, y'all just clicked up so much that y'all said, "Fuck it, let's make music together."
More Doc than me because I still had that stipulation with RZA in them. You know what I mean? It was more or less like keep it in the family, this, that, and the third. And anybody know me, I'm very loyal to the crew. You know, it's like, yeah. But I had to sneak off and do that shit too. We went all the way to Long Island. We did it in Mirror Image. Tommy Uzo, rest in peace. He just passed away, I think, yesterday or the day before. Brilliant engineer. Google him. He's done millions of records for everybody, from Michael Jackson to Redman and Method Man. A lot of people, man. He's gone now, though. So I had to sneak off and do this record with Redman too. And who knew? The thing done turned into a movie, a TV show. You know, we got a platinum record out of it. It's just a blessing, man. I love that dude.
Different
He
kind
taught
of
me a
energy.
lot.
I
He
love
taught me a
Redman
lot.
too.
Word.
You know, I gave Redman my demo.
Word.
Yeah, he came. You know, I was still in the streets. I made a demo with Diamond. So Redman came to perform at Club 2000 in Harlem, uptown, Washington Heights. And I went around the back. And when he came out, I was like, yo, my man, let me holler at you. You know how niggas do to us.
Yeah.
I played him. He sat right there, and I played him my shit on the cassette. And he listened. He gave me love and all that. And then, you know, he
Never hit you back.
He remember that shit, though. He remember, like, nah.
I love it.
Redman, Redman, he's one of my favorites. I say, to Cal, your solo album, right?
Yeah.
And when I was listening to Cal, I felt like the music was changing. Like it wasn't like on some just straight Wu-Tang. You know, when even now, if I hear a new beat right now, I know that's that Wu-Tang shit. Like right now. Some producer come play me some shit, I know that's Wu-Tang style.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But the Cal album, it felt like you was trying to change like the sound. Like maybe
Yes. Yeah, but what happened was that was by default because RZA had lost all his data in a flood. So we was basically doing shit on the fly while we were on the road promoting the first album. So I was in studios from New York all the way to San Francisco and everything in between. Just, you know, nights when dudes was after the show, you know, they was doing what they was doing. I was in the studio writing, creating. Got it done, though. Got it done. And that, in my opinion, in hindsight, when I look at it, that album was more of a vibe. It was more or less like people really believed what I was preaching at that time. It was a whole different style, and nobody was doing what I was doing at that point in time. Because you remember, I just seen a funny video just now. This girl was like, what 90s rappers used to do, and they was doing the, you know, the leader of the new school bop. The East Coast Stomp, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Killing us with that. And then I looked at my videos and I never did it, son. Ever.
You had that hop,
had that vibe.
And what made you throw the shit in the eyes in the video? The shit.
I ain't want to be nobody's sex symbol. I got, you know, it was getting to a point where, nah, real talk. It was getting to a point where.
Hey, listen, we know you a family man, but the ladies love meth.
I get that. But when you up there with your crew and you know, y'all hardcore, and it's like you getting a lot of love from everybody in there, but when the ladies start screaming, it's like, dang, I'm trying to be cool up here. What y'all doing?
You try to be hardcore. You don't want to be the
Word.
You ain't want to be the LL or the crew. You want to be the Method Man, to Cal.
You know what I mean? But you got to embrace all that stuff because it makes you who you are later on. You know what I mean? And that goes a long way.
You know, there's nothing LL could do wrong in my eyes. I remember seeing y'all was at the Palladium and y'all was rocking. It just came to my head. I remember one time Wu-Tang was just killing. Y'all was killing up there. And LL came and stood on stage with y'all. He had the big fur on. And he never moved. He never, he was just standing there with the big fur. Y'all was killing it. And I was just like, oh shit, they got LL standing up there on stage.
You're talking about Idol, bruh. Like, and since that day, I've been friends with LL, man, for real, for real. And I'm gonna put this out there right now. I got to do this Smith record with him and Will Smith. They got to do this record with me. I don't even curse in my rhymes no more, so I think I can get a green light on that one. I'm gonna put it out there now. Clifford Smith, Will Smith, and James Todd Smith. Let's go.
I think that sounds like a combo.
You know what I mean? For real.
That sounds like a smoker.
For real. And Will got bars. Niggas slept on Will Smith. Will got bars,
well,
G.
I always thought I love Will Smith to death. Like I feel like that's hip hop royalty. That's a different type of a level. But I always thought Rakim wrote Summertime. Here it is, the groove, be transformed, just a little in the end of the norm. Something with it. Every time I heard it, I always felt like Kim wrote that.
It might have been the inspiration.
Like
for
Ghost
it too.
wrote that. Like I don't know.
I'm saying. But his first line had Smooth in there, and who was the smoothest at that point in time? Rakim. So Rakim probably inspired that flow. Some of your best artists, some of your favorite artists done jacked flows and ran.
Oh, yeah,
Remember
yeah.
DOS effects? Everybody was doing DOS effects to the point where DOS couldn't even do it. Right.
Yo,
right.
How
And
hard
DOS is killing it. It's
they
just the
came
people.
out the sewer.
Right.
Like,
right.
Now, let me tell you something. You had the eyes. I was with the army jacket. Nobody came out the sewer. Like,
nobody
came out the fucking sewer. Hey, yo, man, that was their introduction. That was hard as fuck.
Yeah.
That was hard as fuck. They came out the sewer.
They guilty of that 90s dance, though. They was doing the East Coast stuff. They was doing that.
This shit here. I remember I got gas when they said, Joe, in case you didn't know, the flow was fat like Joe, with it on the to the hip, the hop, you know what I'm saying?
That's the joint right
Every time that shit came on, I got gas. Let me ask you about that All I Need, You and Mary. Crown the best, the greatest collaboration, you know, it's crowned the best.
Mary's an institution. For one, she ain't that shit, but she didn't have to do that. Like, and for her to jump on that record, Puff to engineer that shit, and for RZA and him to collab like that, especially in light of everything that I told you prior about us spreading love with other artists and things, like for them to come to all that was big, so it was meant to be, and it's definitely an experience because my shows went from a bunch of dudes in the front because that was that bring the pain, release your Delph energy. Soon as that All I Need came out, bro, it was like that thing switched, and it was like
that shit was a different vibe.
Yeah, it definitely did, man. But I love that record. I love what it stood for. Black love always, for sure.
Yeah, man, that thing right there, that's forever.
Yeah, it is.
That's a different type of thing. And Mary, you know, she the queen. You know, my sister, I love her to death.
Yeah.
And but I remember it wouldn't turn off. Like it would like if I went to a club, it's like you would hear it 10 times in one night, 20 times. Like it just wouldn't come off.
That's crazy.
Like I knew the party started when I heard that shit. Like when I'm walking in, you know, because I partied a lot, man. You know what I'm saying? I moved out to Miami partying. You know what I'm saying? Shout out my brother Raul. He know. And we was in the club 6-7 days a week if we wasn't on tour. And when that bitch came on, that's when you knew, yo, the party has started.
I was never really in the club where they played a hit record of mine. It was always after the fact because I was always in the studio working on the next joint, working on the Wu-Tang album, working on the solo joint, working on the Me and Redman joint. The only time I really got to enjoy a record where I was in the club and it came on and people lost it was the Rockweiler. that blackout. I was
That was
like,
different.
yeah,
Shout out to Rockwaller.
we got one. We got one.
That shit was like, that shit come on in the club. So
Yeah.
they used to play that, and then they used to play that Rockefeller joint that said, Mac come
the
through
gay
on the
joint.
club with that thug shit. Real deep on the up with the thug. You know how I be. Or how VIP, rolling up the B.I.G. So
Yes, sir.
those shits was coming back to back in the club around that time.
Yeah.
Man, shout out to Rockwaller, man, one of the greatest producers.
For real. Shout out to Rock.
Of all time. And
we need a battle. Well, I can't have him battle E double, but Eric Sherman got to battle somebody. I need to hear those E bangers. There's a lot of joints out there that E produced. People don't know Eric produced.
Just like music. And
The
what
Dave,
happened?
come on.
What
The Dave
happened?
Hollister shit,
You
all
let's
that
stay
shit.
there. Let's go.
Hey.
Let's go to the verses. You're
Right.
the only Wu-Tang member I seen in the comments when RZA was going in. You the only one. I asked Ray the other day, how did he keep his composure? Because that's your guy.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's why I say I won't battle nobody, or I won't. I know it's a celebration. Swiss Timberland, they made something incredible right now for the Corona. It's the best shit that's happened to IG. I mean, how did you feel before Primo and RZA battle? Did you feel like, holy shit? Like
I was psyched. I was psyched for it.
7:59,
you know what I mean?
how did you feel? 7:59. The battle started at 8.
Yeah, my underarm started sweating and shit. I was ready. I was like, okay, it's about to go down. Let's see what happened. And, during the battle, I was just having fun and stuff. There were certain records Primo threw on, and I was putting up comments like, you ain't produced that shit, nigga. Stop lying. Yeah, him and RZA, that was a great battle. That was dope for hip-hop, man. We need more
That
of
was phenomenal for hip-hop. That was phenomenal. And that's the shit. I was just like, oh, my God. So I told Ray, I said, yo, Ray, I seen you in more comments in the Teddy Riley Babyface battle than in the RZA Primo. That boy Ray was all in there like, yo, Teddy, hit him with the club joint, Teddy.
Cause that's Ray's style right there. I kid you not. When we was on the road, Ghostface or Ray, they would always play 60s, 70s, doo-wop, soul. There wasn't no hip hop in there. It used to drive me crazy.
I love R&B too. I'm R&B in my soul. So I know Ray did that song dedicated to Marvin Gaye. Ray loved, he loved that R&B shit. He loved that R&B shit. Me too. I love it. I love it too. I think
Chef of Old Soul.
One of the coldest roles you ever played in your house, in your life. One of the realest. That belly, boy.
Yeah.
That rolled dolo from state to state.
That's Hype Williams right there. Because, at that point in time, a lot of us had worked with Hype, and he was just one of us. So he was so comfortable to be around. So when that thing was like action, it was action. You know what I mean? And
it wasn't even like acting. It just felt like it's a masterpiece. It's a hip-hop masterpiece, that movie.
Well, it was a lot of room for ad-libbing and shit like that. You know what I mean? And it was good. It was good for the moment because, like I said, a lot of that shit that Hype shot, he was doing without the licensing, and the producers was like, we're shutting it down right now. And, they got mad because DMX tore up, his pit bulls tore up one of the trailers. It was madness, that whole shoot. And for him to still get a movie out of that and people call it a classic, hats off to Hype Williams, man. Hats off to Hype Williams.
Oh, yeah. That's one of the most underrated movies of all time.
Actually,
it's just, I think his bar was, it's never been a guy who put out a first movie that the bar was so high for him because he was shooting all these $1 million videos and everybody, whatever. But that shit is like, that's damn near like, that's like Scarface and Belly, and it's there. City of Gods. It's certain movies that you can watch at any given. What movies you been watching lately on Netflix? Now that we're in quarantine.
Sheesh. I watched that Kareem and Coffee.
Oh, you watched it? I've been scared to watch that movie. You like the
Yo,
movie?
it go there. It go there a couple of times, but you know, Taraji is like, she feel like she part of my family and shit. So I'm gonna support whatever she in, and they killed it. It was funny as hell to me, brother. I liked it a lot.
All right, my shit was what's the name of that movie, man? Extraction.
All right, I heard about that. I might have to check that shit, bro.
Nah, B, that's John Wick on steroids.
Word.
Nah,
Yeah, I like
Extraction.
Hemsworth. I like Chris Hemsworth. Word.
Yo, listen, that Extraction is serious. And I know, but maybe the people don't know, but I feel the same way. When I do stuff like this, you know, I do it for the people, everybody's stuck at home. But at the same time, it's just a natural transition that shows growth. And
Yeah,
the way I look at shit like this, what I'm doing, and it's like NBA, NFL players, they get to retire and then become commentators. And because they went and they played chips, and you got Isaiah Thomas. So why do we like Charles Barkley and Shaq so much and Kenny? Because they played the game.
Right.
You know, they was in the game.
So we can
they
respect
played it,
what
so
they
we
say.
respect their wisdom of the game.
Yeah.
So I do shit like this because it's almost like commentating. And I got tired of seeing people do shit like this and was changing the narrative and doing goofball shit. Yeah. And I said, you know, shout out to the Drink Champs. I am the first guest guinea pig on Drink Champs ever. You know, I've never seen a guy use me and start making me tell him stories that I could have died if he would have played the whole real Drink Champs. When I gave him like DMX stories, he was like, yo, Nori was like, yo, I need that shit. I need that shit. I'm telling them all type of shit I would never tell nobody.
Right.
I walked out of that shit with anxiety. My head was hurting. I was like, oh, shit. Man, I'm going to get killed after this.
Oh, you crazy.
You know, Nori had me going. But, well, you know, well, Nori, obviously, we wasn't even talking about Nori with that. But when I was looking at certain documentaries, all type of shit, and I was like, yo, man, they're not really bigging up our people the way it is. And a lot of times the facts was wrong. Like, it was shit I knew. And I'm there looking at the shit, and I'm like, yo, this shit, they lying. No, I swear to God. It wasn't about me. It's just me being a hip-hop fan.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Me being a hip-hop fan, I'm like, yo, these niggas lying. And so that's why I started doing shit like this. Also with the acting. We love acting. And
you
know, we're gonna always be able to tour, me and you, forever.
Right.
But they gotta be like a natural transition. And you chose acting. And yo, let me tell you something. You take it serious.
Yeah, I do.
I loved you in Deuces. I love you in everything, but you take it serious. Another guy I like a lot is Mos Def whenever he acts.
Yeah. Mos is trained like a motherfucker though. His natural ability is off the chain. His range is off the hook, just like his rhymes. You know, Mos is a institution. He ain't even a star. That nigga's he's like a fucking church.
He's different.
For real, a mosque. Pardon me, like a mosque. You know, Mos is exactly what it is. He got the right first name, Mos.
Mos Def. And acting, and you as well. And I was happy for you, even though you don't need me to be happy for you. But when they announced that you was in Power, Mary's in Power, and I was like, fucking right. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel we gotta salute our legends, our leaders, and whenever they get something going, what up, DJ Drama? Whenever, you know, you do something successful or something dope, I'm proud for you, even though I'm not there every day. I'm like, fuck that. Like, yeah, you know what I mean? And so what has that been like, the Power thing? Is this, so it's like, you ain't never scared. You got confidence. Mary got confidence. But coming off a show that was so, a spinoff off a show that was so epic, Power. This shit gotta be dope.
It does. You know, it gives you a bit of anxiety. I ain't gonna even lie. And the fact that I got the part that I got, I mean, I've been in courtrooms before, but as the way a lawyer walks and talks, I don't know that language. I don't know that walk. So for me, my research was more or less like find the human side and build on that. You know, so you find the human side of these people outside of the courthouse. Well, what do? Well, they drink their coffee with one hand just like everybody else. They what do they do after that? They go home, they have dinner. If they have a significant other, they probably, you know, have sex with their wife, or maybe not. Maybe they like playing video games later on that night. So many different layers. So by the time you do go in front of the camera, you're grounded enough with so much of a backstory on this character that you bring that forth in your performance. It's a weird, tricky kind of thing, and it took me a minute to catch on to it, to make it, you know, taste right for me, to season it enough so that I felt comfortable doing it. But you should never get too comfortable, because those butterflies that you get before you shoot, that little anxiousness, that's growth, and you got to pay attention to that.
Yo,
Yeah,
that's a Joker moment. Let me tell you something. Those butterflies you get make you better. It gets you prepared. You know, when I did She's Gotta Have It for Spike Lee put me in She's Gotta Have It. Mm-hmm. I locked myself in a hotel room, a little hotel room. It looked like a crackhead room. And I was just going over practicing. Lines and lines and lines. And I would just go, and I would go hard. But let me tell you something. It wasn't until the second season that somebody I really respect, an actress on the show, she came up to me when we wrapped up, and she said, you know, I appreciate how serious you take this, and I see you here busting your ass and going hard. And I was like, oh, shit. She respect the work, you know what I mean?
Respect the work, and that's
hard.
all that
Shout
they
out
add.
to Ari from MSNBC.
Yes, sir. You
Ari,
did your thing in night school. You did your thing in that Empire joint. Hey, like I said, some people have a natural ability where it's just, they're just, what's the word I'm looking for? It's like you have that, it's not charm, it's whatever the fuck it is, chutzpah, whatever the fuck they call it. It's just something that you have where you're just so engaging that people want to know what you're doing next, or they want to be a part of what you're doing next, or bringing you in and saying, look, can you do this? I think you can do this. Try this out. And I mean, a lot of people do, like, they have these aspirations to get where a lot of us are right now. And the fact that they do the work and still can't get these jobs, you have to respect the fact that you have to show up to work every day on time, especially for those actors and actresses that didn't get that part because you got it, because they would have did the work. They would have showed up on time, not just showing up on time, but they would have showed up ready to engage in this scene. And
I had a conversation with somebody I respect from acting one time, and they told me that they do it for the art. You know what I mean? And they really, I could tell, they didn't tell me, but I could tell they got really mad at me when I said, yo, I do it for the money. And she didn't understand that, because she was like, yo, I go to all these this. And I'm like, yo, nobody gave me nothing free. I study the part. I go up in there, me with a white light with fucking 4 white people, and I got to do the part. You know, that shit is nerve-wracking.
That shit is nerve-wracking as fuck.
They give you a fucking 30 pages and tell you, yo, come tomorrow. We want you to try out. You go in there, it's an all-white room with like 5 white people staring at you, and you doing the hood part or whatever the case may be. You're supposed to pop. You know, I'm Mexican, horns. You know, I'm going to roll up on it. Like, the shit is just mad weird, right?
Yeah, it is.
It ain't like when you show up at Belly and Nas is in the role, it ain't like that. It's like you in a room. It's almost like you getting interrogated. So I put in my dues, but I don't think she really understood me when I was telling her, like, yo, I'm trying to crack this acting game. You know, I go all out from A to Z, but I'm trying to bust that bitch open.
And because people out there getting $30 million a movie.
Yeah, they want the art. She wants to be, you know, the art. I'm like, no, I want the bag. You know, I'm gonna go all out.
Well,
But
I mean, there's a difference between theater actors and movie actors, and a lot of theater actors do not respect what, not exactly don't respect them, but they see it more as them doing it for money as opposed to doing it for the art, because that's what they truly are. They're artists. And if you could ever get your hands on something where you could do a play, do that shit. I would love to see where your mind would take some shit, because brother, I mean, all facets of hip hop is there in you. You've been around this shit since the 80s, brother. I could pull up a video right now, Lord Finesse video, and your ass in there doing it. Like, come on, my
right,
G. Like, come on, brother.
Lord Finesse being my, you know, he's my inspiration. You know, Finesse come from my projects, and he kept telling me he gonna make it rapping, and I was in the streets. I ain't believe it, but when I heard his music, sometimes you gotta see shit to believe it. When I
Yeah.
heard his music on the radio and Red Alert playing his music, he inspired me to take it real. And I said, you know what, maybe I can become a rapper. You know what I'm saying? So, and then I took it from there. But Finesse inspired my whole career, my whole everything. You know what I mean?
But you
And it's
was in that
like
movement. Y'all all grew up around each other, right?
yeah, yup, same
Yeah.
projects. But
Same
to
project.
us, in digging in the crates, not Fat Joe, Terror Squad, or none, but in digging in the crates, we look at Finesse as the cornerstone, the biggest nigga in digging in the crates.
Wow. Yeah.
So like when we all sit down, even though we got OCs from Brooklyn, but we adopted him over here, and then we got Big L from Harlem,
Yeah.
and then
Shout to
all of
Big
us
L.
together. Showbiz, AG, one of the most underrated rappers of all time. He dead nights, Diamond D. But we always looked at, or well, at least me, I always looked at Finesse as the franchise player of digging in the crates. To this day. So like if we get together and we do a project now, I still look at Finesse like he's the franchise player.
Right. Yeah.
I'm the nigga that locked up. You know what I mean? I'm the wild card. You know what I mean? Like Finesse was always the most lyrical, the guy we looked up to. And Joe just a wild card. I don't think nobody can listen to Fat Joe, Flo Joe, and stop the tape, pause it, and be like, yo, this nigga's gonna have Lean Back all the way up, all these records in the future. He might discover Big Pun. Like nobody thought that. Like, you know what I mean? It was more like,
well, I mean, we could have said that
Finesse is the
about a lot
star.
of us, man. It was your drive, though. The drive is what made everything fall into place. And as you went on, you seen things a whole lot different. As experiences went on, pen game got sharper, things started coming into perspective, business mindsets in. You have a family now. It's like I got to provide for them, and then you look back, and this is what we don't do enough. We got to reflect on the shit we did and look in the mirror and say, I'm a bad motherfucker. Look at this
That
shit.
you
I did
are.
all this. I did this.
Yeah, it's crazy, right? Because this getting old shit, I don't like it. I'm being honest. I don't know about you. I don't like
mind.
it. I
I think I'm
was
getting
telling my
better.
wife today, I said, I don't like this shit.
I
Getting
think I'm
old.
getting better, boy. I'm telling you. Exercise is the key, Joe.
No, I see you cock diesel. I see
I ain't
you in there
playing with
every
it.
day. You caught that cock diesel bug.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You in there hard. But
You know what
me,
did it for me? What's crazy? What did it for me? Not to cut you off, but what did it for me was I seen Son from they must Geechee Suede and fuck,
you mean the
I'm mad at
Lucini
myself.
what, huh?
Yeah, my G.
They was ahead of their time, Camp Low. They was
Camp
ahead
Low,
of
there
their
you go.
time.
Yo, I ran into these dudes overseas, right? And I'm talking to the brown skin dude, the one that he an ill brother. He talk
That
ill as
nigga
fuck.
was nasty, boy.
Nasty. Talk
He
about
was
it, right?
nasty,
Nasty as
man.
fuck. So I'm
I don't know
talking to
what
him. We've been
happened
talking.
to them, man. They were supposed to.
I see the other dude every now and then and shit, and the same shit happens every time. I'm standing there, I'm talking to my guy, toothpick in the mouth, he killing it right now. And after 15 minutes, I'm like, yo, where your man at? The nigga was standing there the whole time. I didn't recognize the nigga because now he diesel. Like
The brown skin dude or the other
yeah,
one?
the light skinned dude.
The light skin dude. He diesel now?
He diesel now, nigga.
And
Like
you
I
was
was
like, yo,
like,
I gotta step my shit up.
yeah, what I'm paying this membership for, and I'll never go.
Yo, let me
Sonny
tell you
Chiba,
something, boy.
that's my
Like,
dude. Sonny Chiba. Sonny Chiba, one of the coolest. I mean, he talked just like he rapped, my dude. Like,
I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't want to make him feel bad. I don't want to make him feel depressed. But he was supposed to be a giant in this game, like a
yeah,
giant.
yeah.
Like their swag was on 10 million. You
Way
know what
ahead
I'm
of their
saying?
time.
Like
Way ahead of their time.
beyond. When I hear that shit now, when the shit come on, I just be like, oh my God. Every time, you know what I'm saying? Every time I
Yeah.
hear that shit, I be like, yo, this shit is crazy right here, man.
They
This
had a
shit
lot
out
of
of
joy.
control.
Step
So,
low, baby.
my brother, I'm gonna let you go, man. You gave me some beautiful time. I fuck with you, man. I'm sorry.
My wife it left the dogs out the rain. Pardon me, man. It's all good.
Hey,
Don't
yo,
worry.
man, I'm gonna tell you, I'm sorry because I don't know if it was just a rumor, but when we did John Blaze,
Yeah.
we took your voice and we put it in there, and I had Nas and Pun and Ray, and little Birdie got back to me and was like, yo, Meth was mad you ain't give him a verse on that joint. Is there any truth to that rumor, or?
Ain't no truth to that shit right there. I was
Thank
rooting for
God, 'cause
Ray.
my
I
whole
was
life,
hoping
I was
Ray.
like,
Yeah.
my whole life, I was like, damn, man, I got Meth mad at me. I was, it was John Blaze, ain't a damn
Yeah. I was just hoping Ray had the best verse, but Pun killed everybody on there. Oh my gosh. Like, I gotta watch that shit after I get off the phone with you. I gotta watch that video.
Yeah, that John Blaze, man, that John Blaze, something else. But yeah, Pun came with it. Crazy.
Oh, y'all had old girl in it. Y'all had what's her face from Belly?
Yeah, she was in the video.
Yeah.
From Belly,
Yeah.
she was in Belly.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, her first joint was Bronxdale.
Yes, I see. You know what I mean? Oh,
Remember
hold on. Before we
Colangelo?
go any further, I just gotta say this, guy. Houdini, one of the most slept on duos of all time. Ecstasy. Listen, go back and listen to his rhymes. Go back and listen. Big Mouth. Listen to his rhymes on Big Mouth. Listen to his rhymes on The Freaks Come Out, especially The Freaks Come Out at Night. Nigga is nasty.
How many of us have them?
Come on.
Friends.
Come on. Houdini was that lick, B. I'm
Before you look
I'm
any
tired of people
further.
not giving them their roses. I'm giving it to them now. Houdini, y'all first album was monster.
I agree.
Monster. Even the second album, Funky Beat.
You made me think of Cash Rule Everything Around Me. Cream, get the money. Dollar, dollar bill, y'all.
Uh-huh.
You know, that's one of the greatest hooks in hip hop. Well, the song's one of the greatest ones, but that hook from A to Z. Like, how did you come up? You was just in the studio, and that's what came. Cream, you broke it down.
I was at my boy I was with my boy B. May he rest. And we was at Weebay house. The dude that played Weebay, Hassan. We was at Hassan's house. Yeah. And his dad had this record. And I forgot the artist's name, but that was the record. Dollar bill, y'all. Dollar bill, y'all.
Oh, yeah.
Dollar bill, y'all.
Dollar bill, y'all. Dollar bill, y'all. Dollar bill, y'all. Yeah, that was the shit.
And that always stuck in my head. So when RZA was like, and my boy Raider Ruckus.
That shit, that beat was crazy.
Now, the first part of it, though, the Cash Rule Everything Around Me, my boy Raid used to always do like these analogies of every word, different words and shit like that. And he came up with Cash Rule. He used to write me letters from jail and shit. And he came up with the Cash Rules Everything Around Me. You know what I mean? And that, it just fit perfect. It was perfect that I had that experience there and I brought that shit to the studio and the rest is just history, you know? I used to be a hook writing motherfucker.
Yeah. Ain't that some shit? You know that's the hardest thing to do in a record as an artist, is hooks. Yeah. There's plenty of rappers that can rap and spit all the bars they want, but don't have what it takes to make a hit hook.
Right, you know about that, bro.
That's the hardest thing to do. So whenever any rapper was coming up and they tell me, yo, Joe, let me spit, I'd be like, yo, tell me your hook. I want it, because anybody spit bars.
Bars all day.
Well, who can make it hook? Who
And
can
that's
make it
exactly
lean
what it's
back?
there
Who
for.
can make
The
it
hook.
casserole everything around me? I want to hear the hook.
Jimmy Spicer is the artist, they said. Yeah. I want to hear the hook because that's the point of it. It's supposed to hook you and get you for real. It's supposed to. You know what I
Yo,
mean? But
Meth, I
as
love you. Thank you
MCs,
for your
I
time,
love you
my
too,
brother.
brother.
We all gonna be tuned into power, baby.
Yeah.
All right, stay up.
Peace out.
Fat Joe Show, man. You never know. You never know. It's the big, big, big show. Italian Stallion. Man, that man right there, the man, not the myth. Man, you know, it's great to see Method Man, and I love to see my brothers, you know, win, and I love to see them, you know what I mean, prosper and go to the next level and do their big movies and TV. I like that, man. You know, before us, Ruben Diaz Jr., before us, you know, a lot of our pioneers, they didn't really get the recognition, or you know, I hate looking at people I look up to, legends and pioneers, and when I see them, they fucked up. You know what I'm saying? In the pockets. And so I just love when any of my brothers, I don't gotta make $1 off of them, but anybody I love, anybody I ever, you know, looked up to or loved their music, become successful. That is that's beautiful to me, man. I love watching that. And I've been watching Method Man on his acting for a while, and he's becoming dangerous. Very, very dangerous. You know, so I like to thank him for coming on. Tomorrow night, we have an interesting character coming on. I got to find out his position, but I think he's the boss of the whole YouTube. He started Def Jam with Russell Simmons. He became chairman of Atlantic. He went over there. He started that 380 over there, whatever, 360, whatever the shit is. I'm talking about Leo Cohen, one of the smartest minds in hip hop music, one of the greatest contributors to hip hop music. He's ahead of his time. Right now, he runs YouTube. If you know where the future's going. Right now, artists can't even do shows. We can't even get money like we supposed to. And now he's showing us the way with YouTube. So Leo got the illest story. So everybody you can name, Jay-Z, Irv, Chris Lighty, anybody we look up to, got a lot of their game from Leo Cohen. So to be able to hear Leo out, and so he could tell us where the game's going. You know what I'm saying? And it's gonna be amazing tomorrow. Like I always say, I was looking for Beckers. I invited Beckers on here to talk some shit for a second, but I don't see him. Yo, Kobe Cole, what's up, baby? DJ Kobe Cole. I'm gonna ask him about the Run DMC. Everything. Just we gotta talk some Jay-Z, some DMX. We gotta talk Ja Rule. We gotta talk all that shit. You know, Leo Cohen. He from Run DMC. You know, he came up, I believe, I'm not sure, but I think he was part of coming up with that idea of My Adidas, where he invited the owner of Adidas to come watch them in Madison Square Garden and Run DMC perform My Adidas, and everybody put their Adidas up in the air. The whole fucking stadium, the whole arena. I mean, it's too much shit to talk to Leo Cohen about. Shout out my brother Tuma, over there, my African brother, you know what I mean? He all in the mix too. But check this out. Put God first. Shout out my brother JB. I love you so much, man. I'm sorry you lost your dad. I'm sorry you had to bury your dad today. It's just really hard, man, you know, because there's one thing about me being a big brother because of rap music, you know what I'm saying, or whatever, or just because I show love. But it's another thing. What do you tell somebody when they lose a loved one? What do you tell Fred the Godson's wife when I call her? I don't know what to tell her, bro. You know, this shit is crazy. This corona shit is really, 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 really crazy. And I don't have the answers. I'm scared myself. I stay in the house, paranoid myself. So I'm just gonna say to my brother JB and everybody who lost somebody, or anybody who's fighting in the hospital, any healthcare workers that's fighting on the front line, essentials, or in the supermarket, just know my prayers are with you. You know what I mean? If you having a tough time sleeping at night, I am too. And I've been through everything in the world. This shit really is out of hand. And we ain't got no answers for this. We never seen this. Every time I try to make logic of it or try to think about, yo, this and that, I can't do it. You know, I've been to war with the best of them. They tell me to chill on the IG and stop telling war stories. But yo, listen, I done warred with the best of them, scared of nothing. And well, listen, I can't see the enemy. I can't see the enemy. So what I know is I don't want to play with that shit. I don't want to play with that shit. I want to stay in the house as much as I can till somebody says there's a fucking cure. And trust me, I don't love being in the house all the time, but look, I'm telling you, I don't want to play with it. I don't want to take the chance. Keep your hair cut. Keep your beaches. Keep your bowling alleys. Keep all that shit. Keep all that shit, man. I want the cure, you know, and I'm going to just keep praying to God, and let's all just keep praying to God, because God is the key. God is the answer. And Black people, Latino people, everybody, please be careful. Just like my man Van Jones said, listen, if you take pills for anything, you be careful, because this shit'll get you. You see my brother Sean Beckhouse Costner. Sean, nah, oh, you did that. Yo, Beck, you went through the Nelly joint all time. Yo, Beck, come on, don't do that to yourself, man.
Yo, Crack, we from the Bronx,
why
baby.
you always want smoke, man?
Yo, listen. This for sis, by the way. That's number one. That is for
D
you.
Wade wine?
The D Wade wine, high end. I already ordered the case. I spoke to D Wade. It's coming. I told him sis is ready. I told him you ready. I know you the sneaker god, but you know, I'm old school. I'm your brother.
Yo, nah, everybody ain't got that sneaker pick. I don't get it fucked up.
Nah.
Everybody ain't got the Nelly.
Nah, everybody ain't got the Nelly.
They can lie, and my shit ready to rip apart. Shout out Eric Sherman on the check-in. Listen, yo, Beckhouse.
Yes, sir. Talk to
I
me.
want to tell them a story. Let me see the glass of wine. So I want to tell everybody what I said on Drink Champs.
Yes, sir.
This is my brother Beckhouse. I'm 14, and Beckhouse, me and Beckhouse go to dinner all the time, and we go half and half. So I wonder why all the time the fucking bill is $1,800, $2,000. Now we eat, yo, Beck, and not only we eat, you know how to serve this shit, Beck. Yo, Beck, you're a fucking professional. We sit down in a restaurant, you go, carbone, the greatest steak. You pull it there, you put the sauce, you get the pot, like, you know how to hook a dude up. But I'm wondering why the bill's always $2,000. And then one day I thought about it, I said, you know what? This motherfucker Beckhouse, he always ordering the most expensive red wine ever made. I don't drink.
You don't drink.
So let's just say the bill's $2,000. The food is really $300, $400.
That's true.
$500.
That's true.
I'm really supposed to be putting down $250, not a G, $1,200. Yo, you rocked me for years, Beckhouse. Yo,
you know what happened, Joe?
Me for years.
The thing about you that I love, you always take care of people so much. When you get the bill, you don't look at the bill. You understand what I'm saying?
Nah, I don't
you
look
just
at the
pay
bill.
the bill. You take care of your brother. But we were having great
Beck,
time.
let me tell you another thing. So if they had me saying nice things about you, I would say you make the best sandwiches in the world.
Yo, Crack, you remember when I came to your house and made you that turkey cheese with lettuce, the right amount of mayonnaise?
You do it quality. Quality. The way you lay it down, and the motherfucker hungry, he still got to wait. You like, yo, chill. You put the shit on there. You do it like art.
You know what I'm saying?
So you doing shit with D Wade now. Tell me what you doing right now, Pat.
Man, me and D Wade have a beautiful brand consulting company. We do a lot of diversified marketing and things of that sort, man. Thank God. Salute to my brother D Wade. Not only is he a 3-time champion and future Hall of Famer, great thing about him is that when he does business, he wants to see the same faces in the meetings with the business that he does. You know, we realize that not only do blacks, but Latinos are big in the buyer's market. So we have to do things that market and cater to them. And a lot of these big companies now are starting to abide by that. Like, you just put up a post today saluting Valicia, right? Valicia
right.
Jones, right? And now a lot of companies are understanding that they have to start looking and market and promote to the black and
Hey,
Latino
our money
community.
is good. Our money is good. They got to start catering to the inclusion and the diversified. Like, how long? I'll tell you one thing I fucking hate. The thing I hate the most in the world is for them to tell me the first black actor to win this or the first Spanish actor, because it means they shitted on us for 100 years.
Yeah, yeah.
So, like, when you come to first, I'm not celebrating, yo, this is the first. I'm like, yo, they robbed motherfuckers for like 80 years. Like, I look at it like that. You know what I mean? So I'm glad that they finally waking up,
right,
and they breaking bread.
Right, they're breaking bread, because you got to understand, we move the needle. You understand what I'm saying? Not only do we say what's the cool or fly stuff in the world, but we also dominate the buying power. So if we say something is good, we say something is fly, we also spend the money, Joe. So why can't we control what's marketed and how it's promoted, bro? It's the only way it's supposed to be. You understand what I'm saying?
I can't lie to you, man. The hood don't care about Corona. The motherfuckers still buy sneakers. They still buy clothes. They still buy wine. You know, we buy. We spend money.
Spend money.
In fact, my wife could cook the greatest meal, and I'll still go out and buy Moderanos that night. Because I want it. Just because I want to smell it. Like, you know, yo, we need the Moderanos. She's like, yo, I cook steak. I cook rice. Nah, we need the al dente. Just because we like to spend money.
We like to spend money because we like to treat our people right, do right for our families. We work very hard. You taking care of so many people in your life, bro. And what you've done, even for me, to be a Latino in not only in rap, right? Not only in business, but in sports, to make the transition. If it wasn't for people like you who helped a person like me to open up doors for Latinos to learn about business and taking care of our friends and family, that would never happen, bro. Like, people got to understand how big that is from a cultural standpoint, you know?
Let me tell you something. You got the best of both worlds. You black and Latino. And let me tell you something.
That
your father's
vino.
my guy. Your father is my guy.
No.
And
you know my father loves you.
Your father's an old school gangster from Harlem.
Yo, wait. Old school gangster from Harlem, but remember where he was born and raised? Forest Projects.
Forest Projects with the B. Havens. Shout out to the B. Havens.
Yes, sir.
And the B. Havens. And that was my teacher.
Yeah.
The B. Havens. Know what I'm saying? And what's crazy is I love your father. I always rock with your father. Every game I ever coached in the Rucker, he was standing right next to me talking that shit. And even sometimes he comes up to the store with his old school crew.
The whole crew.
Your father, Becca?
My father's 75 years old.
He got a crew. Him and 3 other niggas, 75 years old. They show up. They come by Air Force Ones. They think they young still.
Nah, you know what they do? They go to Up NYC. They say, give me this, give me that. Send back us the bill.
As they should. As they should.
Yo, Joe, my father calls you his second son. He said, yo, Fat Joe's my second son.
I love your father.
Yeah, man, we go back.
Man. I love your father. And I love, you know, I've always liked to learn from people, and I always talk to them and learn stories from before our time. You know what I'm saying? And that's how we get knowledge, man. I've been like that my whole life. And your father, bro, I love that guy. So what's going on? How are you working in quarantine?
So right now I'm quarantining at home with the family. Obviously, that's what we're doing. Very important. The great thing about us is that we work with different brand companies. So we doing a lot of VC, which is video conferencing, as you're doing now. We're at home. We're presenting different like opportunities and things that we could do from a business standpoint. The great thing is that everybody's working from home, Joe. You know what I mean? And the great thing that we love is that we're showing that our clients can do the same thing that you're doing. You can engage with people from home. You can use your IG Live. You could go to Jopra and figure out what people are doing, what they're engaged in. Now it's real talk because, you know, like to be able to conform to different times and to be able to not only monetize, that's not the most important thing. The great thing about you is that you keep the culture alive. If the money's there, the money's there. It is what
this
it
ain't
is.
about money.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's not about the
this
money.
is like cultural currency.
Right,
It's
exactly.
cultural. We giving back to the culture. We presenting shit to the culture.
Right,
This ain't
giving the
money.
people what they want, what they need, teaching them stuff, showing them the finer things in life. That's all that it's about. And you're doing a great job. And that's what we do at CAA Air. That's what we do, brother.
Yo, Becca, I love you, my brother. Have a drink on me.
Hey, Joe, I love you too. Give my love to the family. Let them
we
know.
want to know, is our D-Wade wine ever coming to our house?
Listen to me. I spoke to D. Wade yesterday. He knows the D. Wade wine. Wade Cellars is on the way. We call it the trifecta. There's going to be 2 high-end red wines and a rosé for your beautiful wife. We're good.
I need that. And you know, I used to sneak D. Wade in the clubs in Miami when he first started. So, nah. Yo, you got to get him on the show. Tomorrow, Leo Cohen.
Leo Cohen tomorrow?
Leo Cohen on the show tomorrow. It's about to get real. The
I'll be
chairman
tuned
of
in.
YouTube.
I'll be tuned in like I'm tuned in every night. I love you, my brother.
My brother, I love you, Pat.
Hey, I just want you to say one thing. Should they respect my sneaker game or I'm good?
Yo, you disrespectful, bro. You try to shit on me. You try to shit on me. You bring out the Nelly. That shit 20 years old, man. And you gonna bust it out like it ain't nothing. Yo, Pat,
I'm your real twin, my brother. Let's get it going.
You look like me. You be getting away with a lot of shit.
I hustle like you too. I love you.
One love, I love you. Yo, listen, that's my brother since I'm 14 years old, Becca. I love y'all. Put God first. Let me get up out of here. I'll see y'all tomorrow, 8 o'clock. Big show tomorrow. If you want to learn game, if you want to learn the business, if you want to learn life, you want to learn anything. It ain't too many human beings alive walking around that got more game and more knowledge than Leo Cohen. I love y'all. Stay up.